How many goals can you score in one Inazuma 11 match? Could we score 100? Today, I'm using the power of modding to push my Inazuma 11 matches to the limit and see if we can score 100 goals in one match. This is my Inazuma 11 team. As you can see, there's a couple Axel Blazers on here. Just one or two. They all have rapid fire and then 5 economies. And then they're also mixy-maxed with another Axel Blaze with 2 more economies, meaning that this rapid fire costs 2 TP. You see, when I was thinking about the issues that come from trying to score as many goals as possible in one Inazuma 11 match, a few things came to mind. The first one was TP consumption. Every move you use costs TP. The best way to score in an Inazuma 11 match, the quickest, is through a long shot, and obviously long shots will always cost TP. So we need to get that TP consumption down to as little as possible. Hence why I'm using Rapid Fire, which is a 20 TP move normally, and using economies to turn that down to a 2 TP move. Hence this one Axel Blaze can score almost like 100 Rapid Fires by himself, using the power of souls, basically 100 Rapid Fires by himself. But I also have, in case he fails, 15 other Axel Blazers all ready to do the same thing. Also 16 Axel Blazers is just quite funny to look at. And the team we're going to be doing this against is the Masked Warriors, who are team level 8. I mean, hopefully the fact we're level 99 should kind of destroy them. But before we hop into the big actual match, which you guys will see near the end of the video, I want to try and just do this match normally with a normal team of non-Axel Blazers and see how many goals we score normally. Okay, so this is my normal team. Thanks to Charlie Hunter for providing the save file. And we are going to be diving into this match against the Masked Warriors, see how many goals we score normally without trying to score a ton of goals, and then we'll compare that to our final results at the end of the video. Also, this is a good opportunity to check whether or not Masked Warriors has any blocking moves, which could, I guess, be the biggest issue in trying to score a bajillion long shots in as quick as possible. And they don't. So that's pretty epic. Yeah, they don't have any blocking moves. That's perfect. That's absolutely what we needed. Their goalkeeper doesn't even have any catch moves, which means that we're going to be scoring goals even faster, because he doesn't have any catch moves to stop him. That goalkeeper doesn't have any catch moves? This team is so trash. So without trying, I scored the first goal in 4 minutes, without the use of long shots or anything like that. That's fast, but it's not fast enough. So an issue has presented itself, actually, and that is that their striker has a long shot, namely Samba Strike. So, whenever they want, because obviously they're going to be kicking off a lot, if they pass that striker and use Samba Strike, that's going to, like, cut down the amount of goals we can do. I don't really have a workaround for that, especially as, like, all the Axel Blazers don't have a shot blocking move. It might be worth giving the defensive Axel Blazers maybe a counter-strike move. So a shot block that they can turn into a counter-strike and score with that. So all in all, in our test match, we scored 13 goals. That's alright. It's not incredible, though. We could have scored more, and hopefully we will actually score a lot more. I'm a bit concerned that getting to 100 could physically be impossible because we might just not have enough time, but I'm choosing not to think about that and instead focus on the fact that we are 100% definitely getting to 100 goals. There are a few takeaways from that though, namely the fact that we do want to make sure our Axel Blazers in midfield. Also, we should probably make this formation actually have a central midfielder. That would be a good idea. Like something like this maybe, and then we give this Axel Blaze and this Axel Blaze. We give them block shots so that they can score counter strikes if need be. I think that's probably the best idea moving forward. It's not the weakest thing in the world, but now these two Axel Blazers have Dark Tornado, which should be good as a counter strike to fire any Samba Strikes back into the opponent's goal. And now it is time for the ultimate test. Can we score 100 goals in one Inazuma 11 match? So we have our 11 Axel Blazers, the 2 in the middle have Dark Tornado, the 2 up front are obviously our main goal scorers with Rapid Fire. We have the Masked Warriors who suck and are going to get absolutely pounded. Let's give this a go. So this is how the strategy is going to work. Boom, boom, Rapid Fire. Obviously the faster we can get that down, the better, and the more goals we can score. 632, it's pretty good power, and hopefully we can score this within the first minute. Yeah, perfect, perfect. So that is, in terms of 1 minute 30. Okay, This is obviously the next pretty big test, is seeing whether or not we can get the ball immediately. Come on, Axel Blaze. So I did train his block a bit, so that he would be a bit better at getting the ball back. Quickly hit that. Okay, and here's another rapid fire. And now obviously the question is how many goals can we score in the span of one match? Let's find out. So we are 11 minutes into the match now. We've scored 5 goals already. That's pretty good going. I'll be honest, I thought we maybe would have scored more. We slowed down for a bit because we managed to miss one of the left and right. So if we think to maybe make this more consistent, we could give Axel maybe a blocking move as well. But I don't know whether or not that would increase the amount of time it takes to score a goal or lower the amount of time. I'm not sure. It's maybe worth doing another test after this to see how many we can score if we give Axel blocking moves to ensure he always gets the ball immediately. But I'm not sure. We'll find out. Let's just keep going. I am quickly realizing the one thing I didn't think about was FP and the fact that our Axel Blazers are going to get exhausted, which is a good thing then that we have like 14 other Axel Blazers. Hopefully we should... And that happened again. See? The whole, the classic, you know, missing of the left and the right. Though I do wonder, that Axel Blaze did just block that guy immediately. Could we maybe... Am I investing in the wrong areas with rapid fire? Instead of economy, do we want to just give our Axels blocking boss? So that way they immediately take the ball away? Yeah, it might mean that... Ooh. Maybe we give all of our Axel Blazers, like, blocking boss. And that way they're constantly... Ooh! I could see that being quite important. Okay. We definitely might give that a go. Come on. Come on, Axel Blaze, number a billion. Score that 8th goal. Okay, here's our first example of big man Keenan using Samba Strike. Obviously, this is going to while away our precious seconds, but we do have an Axel right here, ready to use a 7 TP Dark Tornado, which, I mean, is going to be Counter-Strike, and it's going to hopefully send the ball right into their half. Bye! Bye! Cool. Easy goal. Okay, that's not really an issue. Maybe... I'm curious, actually, how much time that wasted. So we scored that goal in about 3... Yeah, I mean, that did waste time, obviously. So it's not perfect, but it does save us a bit of time, I guess, maybe blocking that and getting the ball back, all that kind of stuff. So it's the best strategy for an annoying situation, I guess. And our main Axel is running short on FP, so we're going to swap him out with this other Axel. Also, for some reason, I guess it doesn't want to register all the billion economies, hence why it's saying we only have 1 economy on him. That's a shame. We know we have, like, a trillion economies on him. Alright, that's the end of the first half. We scored 13 goals in the first half. That's pretty good going. If we continue this into the second half, we should score about 26 goals in total. It's not quite 100, but 26 is not bad. That's probably still the most goals anyone's ever scored in an Inazuma 11 match, I'd assume. But I do want to see if we can get this even higher, though. So I'm going to do the rest of the match, see how many goals we score, but then I do have a strategy for a second attempt. Okay, so yeah, we did score 26 goals. I did actually have a little mishap where I managed to mess up hitting the long shot button one time and passed it. And so I do think we could have actually scored like 27 goals. But you know what? 26-0, not a bad first try. Not bad at all. I do want to have one more try where I change up the Axel's moveset slightly and see whether or not that influences anything. And I'll be back in a second with that change. So I made a change. And you can see that all these Axels now have blocking boss instead of economy. They do have economy on their Mixie Max Axels, but the main Axels have blocking boss. Now, I kind of talked about this before, but the idea with this is that instead of having to do the little interaction with the player who has the ball, like when they kick off to each other, we can just literally take the ball straight off them and click long shot. So we're going to see how much of a change this makes. I have no idea, honestly. It could be anything from 1 goal to like none. To about 10. I have no idea. Hopefully it does mean we'll start scoring goals basically every minute instead of every 2. But I don't know. I'd love to get to 60 goals. That's my dream. But I don't think we'll be able to. Okay, I'm a bit wary we're going to mess up off the bat. Okay. Let's get this down. Rapid fire. As you can see, it does now cost 11 TP instead of 2. Which is a bit terrifying, but it should hopefully be okay. It shouldn't make too much of a difference. But that is first goal down in 1 minute. Perfect. And now, the ultimate test. Are we going to just... Bro, you put a billion blocking bosses on them, and you don't even blocking boss the ball off them. So, in the first half, we scored 13 goals, which is the exact same as we scored in the last time we did this. I think it's fair to say the strategy hasn't worked. For some reason, despite the amount of blocking bosses they have, they are just not blocking bossing anyone. It is like, I think I've seen the whole block thing maybe 3 times in this entire half, and it just hasn't been helpful, because the majority of the times we've blocking bossed someone, we've just walked into the guy next to him and had to do the dribble thing anyway, completely defeating the point. But I'm still going to do the second half, and we'll see if we can beat 26 goals. That is literally the aim. Just beat 26 goals. We scored 25 goals, which is 1 less than we scored last time. And obviously, I mean, part of that was down to human error. There were a few times I just missed the long shot button. There were times where I passed it to the other half of the pitch accidentally. There were many times where we did a blocking boss and then walked into the person next to us. But through all this experimenting, I do think that mostly thanks to the actual animations, I think the max you could probably get is maybe at a push 28 to 30 goals, potentially. But even then, that would require such perfect skill that honestly, I would be insanely impressed. But what is the max amount of goals you guys have got in a match before? Could you maybe get up to 30 goals with a push? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.